Hello. Okay, let me turn my phone off. Hi, friends. How are you? Let me start Instagram up. I think I finally figured out how to get this all done. I did it. Yay. So I'm going to hook up the Instagram thing before I go live. I didn't know I could do that. Now I know. It only took 3 tries. Hello, everybody. Okay, if you're watching on Instagram, comment and say hi to me. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, comment and say hi to me. Let me know where you're watching from. I want to know who is here and where we're watching from. If you comment, I will put your comment up on the screen so everyone else can see it. This is my new, look up in the corner here. This is my new website, friends. There's 2 websites actually that I'm kind of like starting-ish, continuing what I've always done, but using the websites from before. So I'm going to have 2 websites now. One is the regular YouTube, but it's now called WFPB Recipes Weekly, Whole Foods Plant-Based Recipes Weekly. And so everything that I've done on the Watering Mouth or Nourish Your Lifestyle is now going to be this WFPB Recipes Weekly thing. And then I'm also starting a new website called howtostopbingeeatingforever.com. So I'm going to be doing 2 different things. Of course, they're related. And so this is my new logo sort of for that. I don't know, it's going to change, but that's pretty cool. And then, so let me just take the logo off for now because we don't really need it. Okay, so who's doing the challenge? Tell me if you're doing the challenge. Hello, Rochelle, just got here. She's on YouTube, so glad to see you. Who else is here? Comment to me. Tell me how you're doing. Where are you watching from? Where do you live? Let me know where you're from. We've only got a few people on this side. Hey, Carol from Florida. I'm glad to see you. Carol is also in the texting group, the WhatsApp texting group. So that's awesome. We've been keeping in touch there every day about what we're doing healthy eating wise. I'm kind of doing it as an accountability group. So that's cool. Here's Melissa. Hey, Melissa. She says, hi, Rochelle, because these folks are in the Eat to Live family as well. My gals. I'm so happy to see you. I'm having a massive hot flash right now. Hold on. I got to get the fan angled properly. Hey, Myra, you made it. Here's my private client, Myra. I'm here, Myra Zuckerman. So happy to see you, dear. Glad you got on. Okay, and then Instagram. We've got some people here. We have Mimi Williams here from Georgia. You're watching on Instagram, so I can't put the comment up on the screen, but I can just say hi, Mimi Williams from Georgia. I'm so glad to see you. Who else is here on Instagram? Let me know where you guys are watching from. Okay, so today, what are we doing? We're having a pep talk. We are just having a pep talk here. Now, this is for anyone who's doing the challenge or not doing the challenge. It doesn't actually matter. Oh, this is good. So Melissa says, I talked to Rochelle yesterday and she coached me. I immediately felt better. I'm so glad to hear that. That's what we do, guys, the coaching thing, right? So this is kind of how I help folks end binge eating or end emotional eating or whatever is by coaching. And I have a very simple program that we follow. Part of it, you're actually following it in the challenge right now if you're doing the challenge. So we talked about the hunger thing in the challenge. And that's a big part of my program is learning how to get in touch with your natural hunger signals and things like that, and knowing when to stop eating and actually how to stop eating when you don't feel like it. Right? Like those moments where you just want comfort or you feel stressed or whatever. How do we actually stop in those moments? That's what we're working on. Yeah, I guess I needed my encouragement yesterday. Thanks, Rochelle. That's the family. That's what we do together, is help each other and coach each other. So these folks, Melissa, Rochelle, have been in the family for so long. I think, Melissa, you've even been in since it started, I think, or almost, and Rochelle, just like almost right when it started or right when it did start. And so we've been together for 3-4 years now. Coaching, I coach a couple times a month in there, 2-3 times a month, and just help people understand how to stick to what they're doing. Hey, Cheri, I'm glad to see you. Hi, Cheri. Okay, who else is here on Instagram? I can see a couple people are on right now. So I wanted to open up for comments today and see if there's any questions. Yeah, Melissa is a founding member. So that was February of 2021 is when I opened the family. So Okay, cool. So Myra has a comment. So did not stop eating last meal of the spring rolls and ice cream as was good, so good, and not remembering to stop. Cool. Okay. That might sound like a tragedy. Okay, is that better now? Okay, I don't know why it muted all of a sudden. And yes, Cheri is a founding member as well. So Myra's talking about really loving the challenge dinner and having overeaten on it. So my best advice for this, you guys, and this is a foundational concept in my program to end overeating, to end binge eating, things like that, is whenever something like this happens, don't shy away from that food. Okay, do not shy away from that food purposefully, very purposefully. In fact, and this is why the challenge repeats meals in various places and stuff. So we can kind of get used to making the meals, we can get used to eating them. And then also what I want you to do, always the best advice is if we're overeating on something, it's because it tastes really amazing. And also there might be a hint or a big feeling in our head that's like, oh, we can't have this. We shouldn't have this. It's too good, or it's so good, or I shouldn't overeat this, or I need to be careful, whatever. So what I always say is don't shy away from that food. Eat that food often. So have it the next day and have it the next day, and just keep having it. You can do this with any food. It doesn't have to be a healthy food either. It can be an unhealthy food. I know this sounds counterintuitive, but when we go to eat those foods repetitively, and the whole time we're telling ourselves we can have them, I can have them, I'm planning to have this, I'm going to have it. I can have it every day if I want it. And listen, you actually can. You're a grown up, right? You get to do whatever you want. You might be thinking in your head, oh, but health wise, I shouldn't. Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for eating healthy foods, but what I'm talking about actually reduces the amount of junk food we eat automatically. And then that's automatically going to lead us to eat healthier food. Okay, so this is the sort of backdoor way of eating healthier. And this is the long-term forever way of eating healthier. When we remove the excitement and the urge from these amazing foods that we want. So for instance, let's say we're having those spring rolls and we just want to have more and more spring rolls. This recipe and the challenge is it's kind of like a salad little burrito, but instead of a tortilla, it's a spring roll wrapper, which is basically a burrito wrapper made out of rice. It's so chewy and yummy and soft. And so you get a really nice, and then there's a really nice creamy nut-based dipping sauce with some, I think I put Bragg's in it or something, like some type of a soy sauce type thing. And so it's a really, really delicious meal. And you find yourself wanting to eat more and more and more. There's a few things happening here. Number one, it's very possible that you didn't eat enough food earlier in the day, right? So then when you get to that meal, you're actually really hungry, or you just think it tastes so amazing, so you want to eat more. Now it's totally okay to like mess up or to overeat or something like that. What we want to do is, like I said, start eating the food on purpose. So meaning plan to have that food like every day for like 10 days or something on purpose. And every time we have it, we go, this was my plan and I can totally have this and I can have what I think is going to be a good meal. In combination with that, we do the hunger and satiety thing. So we also at the same time are looking at, like, let's say we overeat on it for a few meals, like a few days in a row or something. Then we go, oh, we start to look at where is the moment where we start to get full on that meal. So with the spring roll recipe here, it's a pretty low calorie recipe minus the dipping sauce. So you really have a lot of leeway with how many of those you eat, because those spring roll wrappers are only like 30 or 40 calories a piece kind of a thing. And then you're just putting like plants in it. So it's not really that big of a deal. So you can eat a bunch of those. And what I always say to people is, as you're eating the meal, just take one of these days and just look at how many of them is when you start to get a little bit full. Like how many is that? And then what I say is then the next day plan that many, or plan one or two more than that or something, right? And then just keep doing that and keep working with that and keep looking at how many is enough for me to get to that full point. And listen, these aren't scarce. I can always buy more rice paper wraps. They're very cheap. I can always buy, I can always put more salad in there, more tofu, whatever. This is very cheap food. I can always make more of these. And so if I'm going to continue making these, then that excitement and that desire to overeat goes away over time. Okay. Okay, good, Myra. So you did eat 4 as was suggested. Good. And then the nice cream. And what we want to make sure we're doing too is the quantities that I put on the challenge are not the correct quantity for you. I don't know what the correct quantity is for you. It depends on a lot of different things. So this is putting that responsibility, but also the ability in your own hands to be able to judge when is the moment where we stop, right? Where is that moment where we've had enough? Because we can always have spring rolls. We can go and have spring rolls for breakfast if we like them that much, right? It's pretty healthy food. Good. I'm so glad. I'm not sure what your first name is, but Kay Lucy Henry says, this advice about eating has helped me so much, Cheri. I can't thank you enough. You're so welcome. I'm so glad. Yeah, this changes everything. Becky, hello. Hey, Becky from Arizona, and Jude. There's my Jude. Better late than never. That's right. I'm so glad you're here. I see some folks on Instagram. Let me know where you guys are watching from on Instagram as well. And Rochelle's having the spring rolls right now. That's awesome. I'm having my matcha tea. This morning I just had carob muffins. You guys, that's one of the recipes in there. I had like 2.5 carob muffins for breakfast because I just I didn't want my tea. Because my girls were having oatmeal too. So I just didn't want my tea. So I ended up having a very, very small bowl of their oatmeal. It was just like oatmeal and date syrup. And then I put a little bit of peanut butter in mine. And then I wasn't in the mood for I don't know. I didn't want my tea. So then I had the muffins because I couldn't be bothered to make anything. I just was like, oh, I don't want anything. And the muffins were right there. So I had a couple of those and then I was like, okay, good enough. And I forced myself to have my tea anyhow because I just wanted a little bit of caffeine. So that's what I did today. Okay. Is this West North Carolina, Rochelle? Or a typo? Is that where you're coming from? Melissa says matcha and oranges already. I'm ready for my salad. Okay, good. While you're listening to this. Perfect. Good deal. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Today is meant to be a pep rally and accountability thing just to get you guys, excited. We are on day 5 of this healthy eating challenge. You guys are doing so well. I'm having so many awesome comments from you, having really liked the carob muffins, really liking that salad that we started with, and now the spring rolls. These are my favorite recipes. These are actually the recipes I was eating last month, which is why I generally don't do the challenges with you guys because it's usually the food I'm already eating. I have already eaten and I'm sick of it. I'll say too that for me lately, I've been really into banana ice cream. So I've been having that as kind of like a big part of my meals lately. It's usually the last thing I eat of the day because then I don't crave anything afterwards because it's so yummy. The nice cream recipe that you guys have in the challenge is the one that I'm eating right now. I usually put 2 dates, 1.5 bananas, and a cup of frozen cherries. And then I top it with probably about 1/3 of a cup of rolled oats. So this is kind of like a breakfast meal, but I have it in the evening or the afternoon. I do like 1/3 of a cup of rolled oats. I do like maybe 2 tablespoons or 1 tablespoon of sliced almonds. And then I do 1 or 2 handfuls, which is probably 1 tablespoon is 1 handful, I bet, of the vegan chocolate chips that you put on the carob muffins. And I mix it all together and it's the most delicious. It's a big bowl. It fills me up. So if I've had a little bit of a lunch, maybe a soup or a small salad or something, then I have that banana ice cream at the end. What I used to do back in the day was I would eat this massive salad and then I would be super cravey afterwards. And then I would eat a ton of banana ice cream. And it was just way too much food. And now I'm just learning to keep those quantities smaller. So that I'm not sitting here eating a bunch of other foods afterwards, trying to fix that sweet tooth thing. I just am like, okay, I have a sweet tooth, so I'm going to have something. And so I do on purpose. And so that's what I've been doing. Becky has not received the recipe and pantry list. You got to email us, dear. email us at support@nourishyourlifestyle.com right here. Here's the address, and we'll send it right out to you. Okay. If you ever have any issues like that, just email us right away. I'm glad Myra, she really likes all of this and will continue with it. Good. That's awesome. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? How are things going for you? Is anyone worried? Let me ask this question and then you guys respond in the comment section. Is anyone worried about what to do after the challenge ends? Is anyone concerned? What are you learning about the way that I structured this challenge is very different than the challenges I've done in the past. Does anyone have any thoughts on that? What do you prefer? I know some people mentioned to me that they like how I did challenges before, which was where I would repeat the same exact recipes 3 days in a row, and then we would switch our set of recipes. This one is different where I'm doing about the same amount of recipes, but I just moved them around a lot so that they were in different places. What do you guys think about that? Do you have any feelings? What am I doing here? Oh, do you have any thoughts about what you prefer better as far as sets, the way we used to do it 3 days in a row, or the way this challenge is? Or do you have any questions in general? What are you going to do after you're done? That kind of a thing. What's going on for you guys? Hello, everybody on Instagram. I'm so glad to see you. Let me know if you guys have any questions. This is a Q&A. It's also a pep rally to get you guys excited about healthy eating and continuing and finishing out this challenge strong. There's only 2.5 days left of the challenge. Whatever you can do on the challenge is awesome. Even if you only make one recipe and try it, that's great. Okay, so Rochelle says, I do not like repeating recipes for more than 1 day in a row or 2 days in a row. You know what I mean? Yep. Okay, cool. So you prefer this type of challenge better than the other type of challenge that I did. Okay, that's good to know. Jude says, making everything that needs to be used in the vegetable drawer soup today. Oh, perfect. That's such a good idea. I always do that every week when I make a soup. I just like take everything that I have that's maybe about to go bad or that I haven't used yet, and I just throw it into the Instant Pot or a soup pot, add some beans, add some vegetable stock, and I'm good to go. Okay. Oh, my mic keeps muting. Why is it doing that? I don't know why it does it. Okay. Rochelle says, for people with histamine intolerance, it's hard to eat leftovers more than 24 hours later. That's something I didn't know. Good to know. Yes, and Carrie says, when she joined me in the beginning, she found the 2-quart salads eaten daily caused me to release 10 pounds in 1 month. And then I stayed at that weight for a long time. Yeah. So having those big salads really does help compared to if we're eating, higher calorie foods and stuff. It's really good. It helps us stay full. Yesterday, I had the 2-quart salad again and released 1.5 pounds in just 1 day. Yep, that's great advice, Carrie, to have those huge salads like I was talking about. And I do that occasionally. I find if I have what I call a perfect nutritarian day, which is maybe a big smoothie and then a big salad later, if I have just that amount of food, I always lose weight. But I've done that so many times in my life that I'm not in that place anymore. It's not easy for me to do that repeatedly. Yes, there is something magical about that 2-quart salad. I totally agree with it. And that's why, Carrie, when I first started the nutritarian lifestyle, I put that recipe up on my site and I called it the weight loss salad because it was so easy for me to lose weight when I would have that salad. But I think I've used that protocol so many times. I need to change things up nowadays. But I'll get there on my own. Okay, cool. So Melissa has a joy eat tomorrow. Family is having an anniversary party for us. I will have a small joy eat. What she's referring to here is when you actually plan your foods, you plan in on purpose some foods that you really love. Like if you're going to, like you're saying, an anniversary party, you and your husband are having your anniversary, which, by the way, happy anniversary. I think I liked your photo there on Facebook. When we're planning our foods, we plan in stuff that we love. We plan in stuff that we really want to have. That's maybe not, the healthiest food on the planet, perhaps, whatever. It might be anything. Doesn't matter what it is, but we plan it in. planning these types of foods is going to make it so that we automatically eat less of it than we would had we not planned and just ate it on a whim. And so that's over time, that's going to really reduce what we're doing here. Okay. Oh, this is so great, Lucy. So, Christina, got it. Okay. Christina Henry. That's right. So, looking forward to joining the family when it opens up. Amazing support. Helps so much. I'm so glad. And you're in the texting group too. So that's amazing. Really, really good support here. She's talking about the Eat to Live family. Let me see if I can get my iPad in here. Oh, I need to turn on my QuickTime real quick. File, new movie, put iPad on, there we go. And then I'm going to get my iPad going. Okay. So Christina is talking about the Eat to Live family. I'm going to just write a few things here so you guys kind of understand what's going on in my head right now, which is like very, very discombobulated. Things are very different than what I've done before because I've been trying so many different things with my business this last couple of years. Some of the things I was doing the last couple of years didn't really work very well. It was too hard for me to maintain. So I'm going back to my roots of things that I've done before that have worked, while at the same time trying to really focus my brands and make sure that I'm speaking to what my best strengths are and making it very simple for people. So right now, there's a few ways that people are supported. We have the Eat to Live family. We have the texting accountability group. And we have Vitality. Oh, and then I also have private clients. I think I probably have about, like 7 private clients right now. I have room for more clients if anyone wants private coaching. Of course, that's a big investment to work with me privately. The other ways that you can work with me are these 3. So this one here, Vitality, it's always open. Anyone can join at any time. It's a very intensive how to stop binge eating type program. You learn it in 16 weeks. That's it. And then you're done. You know exactly what to do and you know how to incorporate it in your life. So this is a 16-week program. Wait, let me make this smaller. 16 weeks. This is also 16 weeks if you work with me privately. And then you get 6 months of access to the family. Okay. Same with the private coaching. But these are obviously private calls and then these are group calls. There's a bunch of people in this program right now. I think we've got probably 7 to 10 people in the Vitality program right now, kind of all the time. And I'm hoping to continue to bring people into this program on a regular basis because to me, these are the effective methods of change. The fastest ways to change is with private coaching and Vitality because that way I privately coach you on a very regular basis. And so it makes really fast change. The other way that you can work with me is this Eat to Live family here. So the Eat to Live family, it's kind of like Facebook, but it's not on Facebook. It's kind of like Facebook-like, but not on Facebook. It's totally private and network. And I coach in there twice a month. So this Vitality group and my private clients, I coach them once a week. In Vitality, there are two calls a week, but they're group coaching calls. And as I said, these are the most effective to get coached as much as possible because that's where I can really change the way you think and rewire your brain in a way. But if it's a budget issue for you, then the family is the way to go because you get access to coaching depending on how long you've been in. You get access to coaching for 2 or 3 times a month. Anyone can get on those calls, same as these other group calls here. And you can watch all the replays of any, not my private clients, but my Vitality clients and any coaching we've done in the past. You can watch all those replays too. So this is a really great kind of like budget-friendly way to get in with me. And then my newest offering, which is one of my favorites, it's
it is exactly what I wanted it to be. I'm so excited about it. I want to continue to grow it. It's a texting group. It's on WhatsApp. And I just go in there every day and we just chat by text. That's basically all it is. And I answer questions stuff. So it's like having 24-hour access to me, basically. I don't answer 24 hours a day, but it's like having that access where if you ever just want to ask a question, you can do that. And there's other people in there. So everyone is cheering each other on and things like that. Okay. Rochelle says the family has been very helpful to me. I'm so glad. Yeah, we've had you in there for so long and it's been wonderful to get to go with you on your journey, Rochelle. So Kristen, Vitality is group coaching. That's what it is. Or Christina, sorry. Vitality is group coaching. So it has, if you join the Vitality group, you get 2 times a week for 16 weeks of group coaching. Plus, then you get 6 months. Oh, I'm sorry. Why is it not showing? This is weird. I'm writing on this thing and it's not like working. Hold on. That's so strange. Hold on, let me see if I can. This is why you guys aren't really like picking up on what I'm saying because it's not really working. Come on, thing. What are you doing? Yeah, that's so weird. I don't know why. Hold on, let's see if I can get it to. It's like, hold on, I'm gonna take this off. And then I'm gonna plug it back in and let's see if I can get it to pick up what I'm doing. Maybe the quick play, maybe the quick time thing came off or something. There we go. Okay, that's better. Maybe my quick time shut off or something. Okay, so does Vitality include group coaching? Yes. So here are the 4 different things that I offer. Eat to Live Family, the texting accountability group. So as I said, Eat to Live Family is kind of like Facebook. It's a private network, and I coach in there twice a month. Okay, that's group coaching. So I coach twice a month. Then Vitality itself, these 2 are my most intensive programs. They're the ones that I can guarantee the result of ending binge eating. And it's a money back guarantee too. I guarantee it. Okay. If you get through this 16 weeks with me and you didn't learn how to end binge eating and know that you can do that, I'll give you your money back. And the reason I can give that guarantee is because no one ever asked for their money back. I always am successful with people. So if you join the group coaching program, this is a 16-week program, and I offer 2 group coaching calls per week. Only the people who are in Vitality can go on and get coached on those calls. Okay. So you get 16 weeks of that, and we do that twice a week. And then after you're finished with that 16 weeks, you get 6 months in the family. Okay. Which is then 2 times a month group coaching. So you continue to have coaching for 10 full months if you're in the Vitality group. The same with my private clients. You get coached 1 time per week privately with me, just me and you for a full hour. We do that for 16 weeks. And then you also get 6 months of family access. Okay. So that's another 2 times a month for 6 months after that. And then you can join the family just, if you want to join it. If you really want to get that result of ending binge eating or overeating or emotional eating, it's all in the same bucket there. You join one of these programs. Vitality is $1,500 right now. Okay. Just for right now, it's $1,500. We are just doing a quick, fast kind of get some people in if we can at that price point. So if you want to join, if you want to sort of talk about it, if you take too much time, it's very likely that price is going to go back up to where it used to be. You might want to talk to me about it a little bit. Or the other option here, which is a really, really great option, is to go into the family. And this is the one that Christina was talking about. We are opening the family on Monday. Okay. So Monday is, we actually haven't opened the family. It's been over a year probably. This group that I have, which is 2 times a month, we haven't opened this group in so long. And we're opening it up again on Monday. It's going to be open at least for 5 or 6 days, so you can join. The family is $49 a month, or you can save 2 months by doing $490 a year. I always recommend that people do the annual if they can, because like all of my programs, it takes time to make these shifts, and you really need some coaching. So, and this, I would say too, like the family is more the DIY option, where you can kind of go at your own pace, but also get coached and stuff. And so it would take a little bit longer in the family to get the kind of result that I'm talking about. But we have a lot of people in there who've gotten that result of ending binge eating just from sort of the program materials in there and getting a little bit of coaching. So I recommend, if you can do the annual one, that's definitely the way to go. You save money, but also you're like committing, you're like drawing that line in the sand and saying, I'm going to do this for a year, right? If you want to get it done quickly in just a few weeks, you join one of these programs. If you're interested in private coaching, like I said, I have space for a couple more private clients probably. You can hop on a call with me and we can discuss what that looks like for you. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. So Christina says, sold. Do I email to register for Vitality? So Vitality, yeah, just email me. Let me see if I have my email on there. I don't have it. Hold on. Let me add my email. It's easy. Obviously, it's just Cheri@nourishyourlifestyle.com, but I'll put one of these things up here too, so you guys can see it. There we go. Okay, awesome. Are you going to join Vitality? How exciting. Yeah, just email me and I'll send you a link to sign up. Okay, that's the $1,500 program. Just email me and I'll sign you up. And then what happens is, if you were to sign up today, Christina, then you'll have a week to complete some videos. Like, you have to watch some videos. You'll have an orientation call with Lydia, and then you will start your Vitality group calls next week. Okay, not like, I mean, the following week, not this coming week, but the one afterwards, so that you have some time to watch some of those videos first, and then you can hit the ground running when the group coaching starts up. Okay, that's how we do Vitality. It's so good. Okay, let me see. Yes, Cheri, welcome ahead of time. Absolutely. It's so good. Oh, Myra's. Okay. Let me just ask, if you guys have any questions, let me know here so I can answer them. Myra says, really seeing that it again shows me how much I love nutritarian food and love trying new recipes. I very much like having several recipes on a few days. Okay. Love the soup more than the ones that are all creamed from Dr. Furman. Amazing to hear Cheri lost 10 pounds. Wow, something to look for. Still not there and working to stay positive about the weight loss. Yeah, Myra, I was saying, like, I have a guaranteed protocol for myself that if I eat it, I'm going to lose weight, which is a huge smoothie. And you could take your time eating that smoothie over the morning into the afternoon even, and then having a massive salad around 3-4 p.m. I mean, like those 2-quart salads, right? Like the massive ones where everything's chopped really, really small. And then you could even have a little bit more food. Like, if you had some leftover smoothie, you could have a little bit of that in the evening too, to kind of tide you over, or you could have it after that salad. That protocol is the protocol that I always lose weight on. So something to consider there. Oh yeah. And Christina, I wanted to say too, when you guys join Vitality, for anyone who joins Vitality, when you join that program, you actually sign a contract with me that says you will get your money back if you don't get that result. Okay. I guarantee it legally as well. It's so easy for me to make that promise because everyone gets that result. Okay. Yeah, so we're starting to do the quarterly challenges again, Cheryl. It's going to be quarterly for sure, but I might do them more often. I'm not sure. What do you guys think about that? Like, it's a lot of work for me to make a challenge, but it's probably like a full week's worth of work for me to make a challenge. I was thinking about doing them monthly. Does monthly feel like overkill for you guys? Does that feel too much? If you are in the family, you get the challenges for free. So no matter what, whether I did a monthly or not, the family would still get them for free at that $49 a month rate, or $490 a year or whatever. But I was thinking about doing a monthly. Would you guys, is that too much for you? Do you feel like that's too much? Like every 2 months? What do you guys think about that? Monthly is good. Okay. And so if they were like 1 week and I did a monthly kind of a thing, maybe that's going to be good. Too much for us and too much for you. Okay. Maybe too much for some people. Okay. It is a lot. I know. The other things I'm working on are trying to get my social media like back in order, and then also the posting. Let me put what I'm planning on doing for so going forward, here's what it's going to look like just brand wise. Yeah, I probably will get overwhelmed. Like, I wouldn't promise that I would do it every month, but I thought, I don't know, it probably would be overwhelming. You're probably right, Cheri. Okay, so here's the plan, you guys. So I'm going to have two kind of like web properties. I'm going to have WFPB, this is an @ symbol, PB recipes weekly. And then I'm going to have how to stop binge eating. And this is like, these are both .coms. Okay. This Whole Foods Plant-Based Recipes Weekly is my current YouTube channel. So it's the Watering Mouth, and then it's, Nourish Your Lifestyle and stuff. It's that whole YouTube channel. So I would do these 1 time a week recipes, very simple recipes like I'm doing in the challenge. And that's kind of all it would just be recipes I know I am forgetting Cheri. It's like Cheri's my mom there. She's taking care of me. I'm forgetting I'm only one person. Yes, this is true. I am one person nowadays. I have a couple people that work for me, but I really had to pare down my staff and stuff just because this last couple years has been tough financially. And then my plan, so I feel like that's a fairly simple thing for me to do, is to make 1 recipe video per week. My husband is helping me edit videos nowadays, and that's pretty easy. And I think also what I'm going to do is take old recipes that I've done and just pare down the videos and republish them. I know inflation is tough right now. It's tough for everybody. And it's really, I hear of so many business owners struggling as well at this time. It's okay. We'll figure it out. And then, so the other web property here, how to stop binge eating, howtostopbingeeating.com, is going to be a podcast and a YouTube video, just like how I did the Watering Mouth podcast, which was, it's just a podcast, but it's like I video as well, because I talk better when there's a camera going rather than just talking into a microphone. So it's going to be a podcast and YouTube 1 time a week. And it's going to be like the stuff that I'm talking about on these videos, about the mindset stuff and the ideas about how to stop overeating and things like that. That's what it's going to be. So it's going to be these 2 things, and these 2 things only, me trying to be like very specific about what I'm talking about nowadays. Instead of talking about all the things all on one channel, I want it to just be like very basic. This is the recipe channel. This is the binge eating channel. And when I say binge eating, it's overeating, emotional eating, any kind of, overeating, but it'll be specifically tailored to binge eaters, because that's what I was. And that's what I know the best. Right. Okay, good. So Becky likes the idea of podcast. And then there's going to be the recipe one. Thank you, Rochelle. She says, I love when you make videos. I appreciate that. A lot of people don't like the way I make videos, and they're always commenting on my YouTube, I talk too much and things like that. And I get that. I totally understand that. I'm really trying to simplify here. Yeah, that's how you found me years ago. I love that. I'm so glad it was the YouTube that did it, right? And so I'm hoping that the Whole Foods Plant-Based Recipes is going to attract more people, because it'll be so basic and just 1 recipe a week. I mean, I look at Jill Dalton's channel. We used to have the same amount of subscribers like 5 years ago, and now she's at like 300,000 subscribers or something. So I'm like, okay, I got to do something that's more attractive to the general audience. And the nutritarian diet is not more attractive to the general audience. And I personally am not even following it as strictly as I used to anyhow. So it doesn't feel right for me to be this like nutritarian, influence or something like that's, it's just, I love it. And I think it's really amazing, but I also understand how to end binge eating, and the nutritarian diet does not end binge eating. And so I know she says, you do not talk too much for some of us. Okay, well, talk to my YouTube channel, and they have other opinions. Oh, thank you, Christina. um, she said, you're amazing. I appreciate you so much. So that's the plan here. I just wanted to tell you guys that's kind of what the plan is going to be. I'm excited to be doing a podcast because I know that form of getting content across is really useful for some people when you're driving and things like that. There's going to be some, like, I'm going to be using my iPad and stuff and it's going to be sort of like workshops. Every podcast will be a little workshop where I'm talking about a topic. And the first 3 podcasts are going to be explaining what my quick start program is, explaining what my 1 pound down system is. So yeah, and it's true. Like, it's right, Rochelle. Not many people can stick to eat to live. I think a lot of people are, they really want to, but they just can't with the way that their life is and things like that. So then they end up going the other direction and overeating because they feel like they're supposed to be so perfect. And the only way to be healthy is to be perfect. And that's actually not true. And that's what I've learned over the years is that these doctors like Dr. Greger, Dr. Furman, they're wonderful guys. They do really a lot of really great work for people. And it's very smart, the stuff that they're talking about. I do believe in plant-based eating as being very healthful and things like that. But also when somebody gets so specific about what you're supposed to do, that it's overwhelming for people. And it makes people go in the other direction. And I know as a former binge eater that even when I was a perfect nutritarian, and this was in like around the year 2016, when I was a perfect nutritarian, I was still binging. I was still completely tortured by food and my brain and these kinds of things. And I can't tell you how many times a day now I have a deep sigh of relief not having to be that person anymore, who's like constantly obsessing about food and worried about it. Yes, that's right. That's what happened to me. I am so not perfect. It's so overwhelming, and it does overwhelm. And then you just go and eat whatever. And that's where the binging happens and the overeating and the emotional eating. And the other thing that bothers me, I got to say, is the way that people talk. Well, I guess Dr. Furman specifically talks about this very us in them mentality of us folks who are not food addicts and folks who are food addicts, as if there's this dividing line that like you're either born an addict or you're not. And that is so not true. That's not how it is. And even suggesting that somebody like me, Dr. Furman, I'm not a food addict and you are a food addict. I mean, it's the language that he uses. It turns people off, number one, but it also makes you think that there's something wrong with you. And it makes you think that that's not fixable. But the obsession that we have with food is not because you're a food addict. It's because of the rules that all the diets tell you to have, period. And that's what I want you to understand. Yeah, that's good, Cheri. And for the folks who can do it, great. And I love the idea of using that as a goal, but not as a box that you have to stay in and be stuck in, right? Yep, I agree. It feels hopeless. It's true, Cheri. Life makes everything difficult, and that's why we need to coach ourselves on our minds of how do we not get down on ourselves and how do we just keep going and things like that. Podcasts are a new fun thing for me too. Okay, it's not new for me per se, but it is new for me to be like putting content out there like this. But I love them because I always use them on my walks and stuff like that. And this is a big part of my program, is the small shifts. We feel like we need to have such fast progress because we think, oh, I need to lose 50, 100, 150 pounds or whatever. And it needs to happen now. And I'm not healthy and I won't get there and it's going to be horrible and whatever. But that line of thinking is what keeps us eating anyhow. So what we need to do is figure out how to like stop that line of thinking. And the way to stop that line of thinking is with small shifting and smaller progress. 2.2 pounds per day, something like that, as you're doing these small shifts, these things that feel totally doable permanently, then you're actually getting, what you need. Because I mean, like 0.2 pounds per day, that's a pound a week. That's great, right? But when we get so concerned with getting it done right now, like I have to lose 3 pounds on the scale or I'm not going to be motivated. That's the dangerous part, because then we start to look for ways of doing this that are fast, like fasting and not eating and restriction and things like this. And we can't lose weight in a way that we're not going to do forever. Because if we lose it in a way that we're not going to do forever, once we get down to that weight, we're not going to be doing the things that got us there. So we will gain the weight back, right? We have to learn to lose weight or to eat healthy consistently in a way that feels good to us and doable. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Jackie says, I agree. I feel so stressed, so I can't listen to his podcast. Absolutely. Because there is a tone of, you got to do this perfectly or it's not going to work. And I understand it from his perspective. Like, he's trying to save lives of people who are like on the verge of death. So they really do need a very specific, fast, now kind of thing. And for somebody like me who had so much junk eating for so long and so much binging, like, I definitely would have been better off being a perfect nutritarian. You know, maybe I wouldn't have gotten cancer, kind of a thing. I wasn't a perfect nutritarian. And that's why, you know, things probably progressed the way they did. But it's the trying to be perfect that's the thing that makes us end up overeating. And we can end binge eating. Like, we can end this overeating stuff by becoming less than perfect. It's really ironic. It's weird the way that it works. Jackie, let me put this back up. So email is sherry@nourishyourlifestyle.com. That's like the big umbrella here. So like so if we look at these web properties, what I'm doing, what I've decided to do. So I have Nourish Your Lifestyle LLC. That's like the umbrella. And then I'm going to be operating under these two brands, WFPB Recipes Weekly, and then How to Stop Binge Eating. And so I think I'm just going to keep my email here. I'm not really sure. And it's confusing because then it's like 3 different websites and I'm not really sure what to do with all that. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know which domain to use, or if I just use both domains. That's the part I kind of have to figure out. But that's my email there, Jackie. Melissa, coaching has helped me so much, helped me change my thoughts about lots of things, not just food. I have built boundaries. I have decluttered some. I'm calmer, not as rigid and stuck. Hey, were you going to the doctor? Okay. Love you. Bye. Yes, I'll be leaving in just a few minutes. I am calmer, not as rigid and stuck. Absolutely. And that's because I'm a life coach, right? So I don't just coach on healthy food. And I also understand the connection between like life and how life stresses out and then why we eat. And I can help you guys unwind that stuff. That's what the coaching does. It's like, you know how people always say, I know what to do intellectually, but I can't do it in the moment, or I can't do it when I'm stressed or whatever. I'm the one that gets you to do it when you're stressed. Like, do the things and I'm the one that gets you to release that stress and understand how to see every situation in your life as not easy, but like, so you can feel better about even the hardest things. And when we feel better, we eat better and we take better care of ourselves. Okay. Thank you, Christina. She says, I hope you reach as many people as possible. I mean, I've been working on this for 12 years. The marketing part is hard. Christy. Yeah, this is one of my private clients. She says, I've had 2 sessions and already see a difference in my mindset. It's so funny, Christy, because I got to share this story with you guys. So Christy, I'm going to use you as an example here. We met years and years ago, back when I was first coaching. When I was first doing the mindset coaching. This is back in, what was it, like 2019 or something like that, maybe 2020. And we coached for a set of sessions. We didn't do much with weight or food or anything like that. We ended up doing a lot with boundaries and personal relationships and things like that. And then over the years, we lost touch for a while. And then we got back in touch because she wanted to continue to work on various things when it came to work and making decisions about work and stuff. She would hire me in one-off sessions. And then we recently got back together and we're doing another 12-week program together. And it turned out like a lot of it, what we wanted to do was talk about how she's going to move forward in this part of her life. But now we're talking about food a lot. And it's so interesting how it's all connected. right? And when we work together, not just me and Christy, but when I work with anybody, it's always about the life part mostly, because how do we feel about life? If we can feel better about life, and I can give you perspective in just a quick session on how to feel better about things. If we feel better, we eat better, right? And what I teach you is not just how to feel better about various things, but how to teach yourself how to feel better no matter what comes up. That's what's really important about this. Yes, Jackie. Jackie, I too am a life coach and I need what you have to give. And my former client, Jackie, too. Yep, I know. It's the type of work that we do, it's based in is learning emotional management. So when you feel totally crazy, you feel totally like out there and you don't know what to do, whatever, and then you know how to manage your emotions, you know how to like center yourself and see the situation with a better perspective instead of stuck in your own little mindset. When you can see it with more perspective, you automatically will kind of come out and things will get better, and you can manage relationships better, you can manage work better, you can manage money better, and then you also can see how the way that you manage your emotions comes out in how you eat food too, and how you prep food and how you do things. So if you're learning to manage that, like one small example would be come home from work and you're really tired and you think it's not possible for you to prep something, that right there, and then you go up and eat something that is like not so great for you, that right there is emotional eating, right? You think you're actually physically tired and that you don't have the energy for it, but this is actually an emotional thing. And if you can learn to manage those emotions in that moment, that's what's actually going to get you to prep when you feel tired or whatever. And you're never going to be perfectly rested for the rest of your life. It's not humanly possible. So we have to learn how to, suck it up and do things even when we don't want to. And if we have patterns of not doing that stuff, it can be hard to get out of that. Myra says, yes, that is true. As not topic is off the table in the coaching sessions. And I know some of the issues coming up also connect right up with the overeating. It all connects up. Yep, absolutely. Rochelle says it's logical. If you think differently about what you eat, you're bound to eat differently. That's exactly right. And that's why the coaching is so fast. When I was talking about if you do a program like this, these are the ones that I guarantee. These are the ones I guarantee. If you join Vitality or private coaching, I guarantee that you'll stop your binge eating, because my iPad stopped again. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it going. Movie recording. Okay, let me just get this hooked up real quick. Here we go. Okay, so like I was saying with the programs that I offer, it's why Vitality and my private programs, I can actually guarantee them money back guarantee, because I know I can stop your binge eating with them, because it's about showing you a different perspective, and then showing you how to access that perspective. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Rochelle, it's true. She says it's not your fault, Cheri. People tend to pay attention to quick fix stuff and don't always realize health is the true wealth. Yeah, and that's such a good point, because for a long time, I thought to myself, I need to teach people mindset. So I was talking a lot about mindset, because I know that that's actually what people need to change permanently. But everyone is looking for accountability, and everyone is looking for that quick fix. I want to lose 10 pounds right now, kind of a thing. And so I realized, marketing wise, that it's better to sell what people want and not what they need. And so I want to do like the best bait and switch ever, where I sell accountability and these things that everyone thinks they need. And then I show them that that's actually not what they need. What they really need is this. And that's what actually makes permanent change, right? And how do we adjust that? It's not like giving up on dreams or something. It's like, I always say, it's not about losing weight for 2 years. It's about losing weight for 40 years, right? It's not about healthy eating for 2 years. It's about healthy eating for 40 years. We want that long haul system that's going to work forever. That takes some time to set up. It takes some time to learn, but actually 16 weeks is not that long, right? Oh, Myra says you are so inspiring in how you deal with the tech issues that come up. Yeah, I mean they're a thing, right? And you can't help it. Oh, Melissa, prep. What prep? I was in the kitchen till 9 last night. Woman, you prepping too much. um, let's see. Yeah, Christy, that's great for sure. Oh yeah, it was 2019 when we started together. That's been a long time. I love it. I love getting to continue with you. It's so beautiful. And yeah, vanity sells. It's true. I'm not, I guess what that means, I'm not the kind of person who's willing to just I don't know if the word is sell out or, like go against my values in order to sell. And that's maybe why I'll never be huge. I don't know. I want to be huge, like, like as in my brand and helping people and stuff. But I haven't figured out the marketing yet. We'll get there. Okay. So this is the plan. We'll kind of see how it goes. I'm going to, oh yeah. Here, let me turn this off. That's a good point, actually, Melissa. I forget about the daily check-in in the family. I'm too busy living life. Yeah, so we do that accountability thing in the family too, where we have a check-in every single day, and you can check in if you like. It's very useful. Several people use that on a daily basis. I like to check in from time to time as well when I have a moment to do that. So I do offer some ways of accountability, but what I want you to learn is that accountability ain't it, right? That's not the thing that's going to get us for 40 years. We're looking for 40 years, 60 years. We're not looking for 2 years or 6 years. We're looking for 40, right? So if y'all are interested actually, and you can afford it, this texting accountability group is $19 a month. It's a great way to get started with me. You guys can join whenever you want. Just email me. And then on Monday, we're opening up the family. Okay. So today is Friday. It's day 5 of the challenge. So that we have 2.5 days left of this challenge going. I'm going to be doing these quarterly, so don't worry. Another one will come up really soon. Keep an eye out for that. And then on Monday, the 24, 25, 26, 27th, we're opening up the family. It's going to be open for at least 5 days. So that you can join. And what that is, as I mentioned, is it's the DIY option, a little more affordable than my other programs. It's a private network. You get coached by me twice a month. Anyone can get coached. It's so funny though, like it's frustrating because there's a lot of people in the family and a lot of people don't get coached. You can get coached anonymously. We have some folks who get coached anonymously. They have actually changed their name. They've never used their real name in the group, and we keep the camera off when I'm coaching, so it's just their voice. So it's totally possible to get coached anonymously as well, so don't worry about that. If I coach you, you will change. Guarantee it. Okay. You joined the texting group and you don't know how to access it. Okay. I think that Jen, my gal, is going to be reaching out to everyone today to make sure. I just told her this morning if she could please reach out to everyone. There is Becky, if you email me your phone number, I will invite you into the group. Okay. Let me see. There's Blanca. I don't think you're in it yet. Let me look and see the members in here. No, Becky is not in there yet. So if you email me, Becky, at Cheri at nourishyourlifestyle.com, just email me your cell phone number and I'll add you here this morning. Okay. So you can get in there. Thanks for letting me know. We are going to reach out to everybody to make sure that they know how to get in the group today. Yeah. Melissa says Cheri is the ruiner of beliefs. That is correct. That is my middle name, the ruiner of beliefs. And this is a good thing. Actually, what she's referring to is what happens in coaching when I coach you and you think one thing when you start the coaching call and you think a totally different thing permanently when we end that coaching call. And it's so true, Cheri. You also get coached vicariously. When you watch other people get coached, it's just like getting coached yourself. Not just like, but almost. Yeah. Myra says, right now that is not right for me. And I do very much like what is in there. I remember Cheri's a big cheer. Yeah, Cheri's our biggest cheerleader for sure. We love Cheri so much. And we benefit by watching others be coached in the family. It's true, Rochelle. Accountability sure helps, but it doesn't make you independently successful. That's correct. So I do appreciate accountability. I get a lot of accountability nowadays from my kickboxing class. I'm in a martial arts place here in El Paso, and I take kickboxing. And having the class, just it has a time and a date every week. I always come. That's it. It's really helpful to have that kind of a thing where you do that and you have meetings that you're supposed to go to at a certain time. That's why private coaching is so effective, because you can't hide from it. It's just me and you, and I'm holding you accountable in that way. And I'm holding you accountable to finish the program, and I know you will in that 16 weeks. So I agree that accountability is useful, but it's not what gets you there, because even if someone offers a class, you still have to show up, right? So you still have to provide the mindset in order to make it to that class, right? So accountability doesn't fix us long term, but it's nice. Yeah, and having access to the past coaching calls too is really useful. And you can watch any of those. There's so many. Yeah, you got to be in it to win it. That's right. Okay, so Myra says, there's a hole in this market to deal with overeating and binge eating and maintenance, and you are providing this. Yeah, the in-group with my doctor's practice, they simply do not deal with overeating and maintenance in their nutrition eating program, and only recommend therapy to deal with overeating. That's such a good point, Myra. Thanks for making that point. I think that's totally true. And I also know of all the people that I've talked to about working with me that say, oh, I'm going to try therapy first, or I'm going to, your health insurance offers a free therapy or overeating coaching or something like that through your health insurance. It's not going to work long term. It's not. Myra and I talk about this a lot, because Myra came from doing coaching with other people that was more of this accountability coaching, right? And we talked about in the beginning, and when we were on our call and I was trying to pitch her to do private coaching with me, I was like, what you've done before is great, and it worked for that bucket of time, part of that bucket of time where you were actually doing it and checking in. But accountability does not do the 40-year thing. It only does the amount of time where you're in the thing, right? Where you're actually willing to do the check-ins or sending your meal plan or taking pictures of your food or whatever. It may be only, and it doesn't even work for everybody, but it maybe only works for that small period of time. And what's really important is to learn how to motivate yourself no matter what's going on. And so I told Myra, and we were talking about it, I was like, what you've done before seems great. Like, it seems right. But it's why everyone's program is based on accountability, and no one's program works long-term, right? Weight Watchers, all these things, even Ozempic, even these things, like doing something for a period of time is going to work, but it's not going to be long-term if you don't actually fix the stuff inside. I had a marketing idea to like start marketing to people who are taking like Wegovy and semaglutide and stuff, and just be like, if you're going to take this drug, fine, but do my program first, so that if your insurance gets canceled or the drug stops working or you have too many side effects, you at least have the real way, right? And sort of the kind of a thing. Let's see. Okay, paranoid of having to exercise and do accountability. Yeah, I understand that. Like, do you mean like putting your details out there and like talking about what you need to do and stuff like that? Yeah, this is so cool, Melissa. I met someone this week who's getting their master's degree in nutrition. I told her nutrition was my hobby. After talking a few minutes, I knew more than that. She knew that she knew more than them. Thank you, Dr. Furman and Dr. Geiger. Absolutely. It's like you can get your own degree in nutrition just by reading some books. But the other thing too is that like your understanding of nutrition is not what's going to get you there either, right? Like, it's so good to have that information and to know all that, but it is not what's going to get you long-term staying consistent and eating healthfully, right? Yeah, Oprah is correct in one respect. It's in your thoughts. But this is so interesting with Oprah. Like, she understands that it's in your thoughts, and yet she doesn't know how to manage her own thoughts in that way. And we know this because Weight Watchers is partnering with Ozempic and these and semaglutide drugs, these drugs, and actually recommending that people do these things together, right? And I think that that's smart marketing wise. I just don't think that they have their mindset stuff solid enough to help people because their mindset stuff is more based on accountability and things like that, right? I think that Oprah understands this for other things as far as business and stuff like that. But as far as health, I don't think she quite has that part figured out yet. And I wish she would, because it would make a big change for a lot of people, right? But actually, I don't wish she would, because like, let's leave that hole in the market open for me. I just got to get my marketing better, right? Oh, you're welcome, Melissa. Yeah. She seems to thrive on yo-yoing in the public. Maybe. I don't know if she's thriving, but it certainly is a challenge for her. Okay. So, okay, guys. I so agree with this, Myra. So, with Oprah, she covers her mirrors. I think being able to look in the mirror and learn to accept yourself is important in this process. Absolutely. We talk about that in the Academy, one of my programs inside of the family, which you guys get access to those video programs. There's some really wonderful. The one that you really need is called the 1 Pound Down system. It's my system, my 3-step system. It's called the Quick Start program as well. It's inside the family when you first join. When you join private coaching or Vitality or anything, any of my programs, you get access to that Quick Start program. The Quick Start program is going to teach you the only 3 things you need to know about weight loss and healthy eating consistency. Okay, you're going to learn those things. Then you can go on to do my expanded versions of that program, which is called the Academy. It's an 8-week program. It'll feel like a university degree by the time you're done. Many people have watched it several times because they get something out of it every time they watch it. And it covers, between these 2 programs, covers everything you need to know as far as how to make these shifts. And then getting the coaching on top of that is what actually makes the shift for you permanently. Okay. So consider joining the family when it opens up here. On Monday, we're going to be sending out an email we're going to be sending out a link by email that you're going to be able to join. I highly recommend, as I said, the annual option, so that you can save some money, but also so that you commit to a full year. Okay, it's a recurring membership. It will go year by year. It will keep recurring if you want to stay in, like we've had people in for 3.5 years. And you'll be able to get coaching with me twice a month. If you want to go deeper, you can do one of these options. Okay, and just email me if you want to know more about those things. Or if you just want to text right now and kind of like, get your feet wet a little bit like Christina did, we'd love to have you in that group as well. Okay. That's it, friends. Thank you so much. I got to say to the family members and my clients who are on this call, who were so supportive of myself as well as the newbies here. I don't think there were any comments other than the comment from Mimi Williams in Georgia when she first started there. Instagram was pretty quiet, but that's okay. I'm getting back into Instagram nowadays. And yes, I will always continue doing the mindset coaching. You don't have to worry about that. That's my passion in life. So I'll keep doing that for you for sure. You're welcome, Rochelle. Thank y'all for being here. I got to go pick up my daughter. She has a half day today. And that's it. So keep going on the challenge. You're doing amazing. Even if you've fallen off track, it doesn't matter. Just get back on. Just do another meal. No problem. Just pick another meal that looks awesome to you. Give it a try. If something doesn't look awesome to you, give it a try anyway. You might learn something. And I'm here for you guys if you need me. Oh, wait. So Melissa says, my latest aha moment. I weigh my dogs every week. I hold them on the scale and weigh myself first. I see my weight with a sweater, my glasses, my house slippers. That number is no big deal. I like when the number gets smaller, but it doesn't matter. Absolutely. That's a big part of the program too, is getting okay with what that number is and having it be not a big deal that doesn't affect you, and not shying away from it either, right? Like being conscious of what's happening and not shying away from it and not letting it ruin your day. That's what I teach you as well. Okay. You're so welcome, Cheri. I love you back. I love you all back. And wait, do I have something else to say? I think that's it. Love to all of you. If you need me, you know where to find me. I'm going to be coming back next week. At least once. I think I might try to do once a week these live calls. We'll see. I've tried that before and it didn't work, but I'm going to do my best and keep trying to be there. And then also starting to create the podcast and the YouTube videos for the Whole Foods plant-based site and also the binge eating site. Okay, so look out for that. That stuff's coming up really soon. And please, in order to help me, you can share things that I post. Okay, share them with your friends, share them with the people that you love. My programs are a lot more affordable. You know, it's possible to be able to join these programs and stick around for a while and get some really amazing stuff. So please share things. Thank you, Becky, for the kudos to growing my business. We're working on it. Very exciting. And Myra, bye. You're welcome. So helpful, and goodbye to all of you. Glad to hear from all of you on the same journey. Like and share. Yes, please. And subscribe to the YouTube channel and the podcast. Okay. All right, everybody, have a great day. Have a great end of your challenge, and I'll see you next week. Okay. Bye.